everyone. Thank you so much for being here for episode 9 of The Philosophy of Her. I am so happy that you are here and Belle is as well. We are going to deep dive into what philosophy means for Bellara philosophy, and I welcome you and please enjoy. So, let me start from square one when it comes to why I wanted to create a philosophy and why philosophy in the modern age is now so important and so crucial to our society and to our culture. Whenever I started creating a brand, I didn't intentionally mean for it to become a philosophy in a sense. It built itself, and with the guidance of God and with my mom and my spirit team who I regularly speak with when it comes to the decisions that I make with this brand, they really brought me into alignment when it came to understanding my purpose and the clarity that I needed in order to continue pursuing my dreams and to continue pursuing my mission and my purpose here. And at first, whenever you begin to make these movements and these choices for yourself and you feel guided to make a change and a difference in your life, over time, what that's going to do is lead you to your purpose and have self-fulfillment within yourself when it comes to feeling as though you are a part of this universe and a part of this world. And it really opens your mind up to a lot of ideas and opportunities for you. So whenever I had started this brand, full transparency, I initially just wanted to do it to make some quick money. And over time, I began to realize that really isn't what I'm here for. And that's really not what is in store for me. I need something deeper. I need something more meaningful. I need something to fill myself with purpose and something that brings light into my life. And then I came across the idea of philosophy. It is the philosophy of choosing yourself through hardships and showing up every day, even through challenges. It's the philosophy that you are making better decisions for your future and for yourself, and where that can ultimately lead you and be guided towards something so big and so magical and many opportunities that can be blessed within your life. It's also the philosophy of choosing yourself at the end of the day and being your own hero and your own cheerleader in a way. And so philosophy has just become a vital pillar when it comes to Bellara philosophy because it is creating intentional decisions when it comes to your future and the life that you want to have. It's embodying the woman that you want to become so that you may have inner peace and inner harmony and inner healing within yourself so that you are balanced, you are at peace, and you are calm in your own little world. And that is so crucial. I believe that it is something that needs to be taught whenever it comes to feminine philosophy, feminine intelligence, and feminine wisdom. We have that power within all of us, actually, to really change the directory of our lives. And it's the small decisions that you make and the small choices that you make every day. I'm deciding that I want to eat better. I'm deciding I'm going to be intentional when it comes to going to the gym. I am waking up with the intention on having a good day, or even if it's not a good day, then I'm meant to learn lessons on my bad days. Bad days are difficult, as we all know, and they can stem from various different things and various different people and energies and everything. It's all connected. But whenever you show up intentionally on understanding that you are meant to have the day that you're meant to have and roll with that and go with the flow on that, that brings you inner peace knowing that, okay, you have a rationalization and logical thinking and you take a step back and you're thinking, okay, this is the day I'm meant to have. What kind of lessons did I need to learn from this day? I still have many days like that. Every day I have a different type of day, but every day I wake up and I say, okay, I'm going to intentionally have a good day for myself. And what I do in the morning is I light my candle and I say my intention and have my morning prayer. And that is because that is who I wanted to become and who I wanted to embody. And I make movement on behalf of myself and my future and my future self and my higher higher version of myself in a way. I embody that. I already believe that what is meant to come to me will come to me in the time that it needs to. I stay calm in knowing that the steps that I'm taking are led by a higher power, and I'm guided in a way, and that brings me a lot of inner peace and inner calm within myself. Even on the hard days where I still feel as though that things are difficult, I have to continue pushing forward, and that is the philosophy of this brand. It's the pushing forward and continuing to better yourself and continuing to evolve and learning about yourself and the choices that you are making for your future and for your family. Also, when it came to philosophy, I really believed, after looking back at Socrates, Aristotle, Voltaire, Plato, those main Greek Greek philosophers, they had such an impact on me whenever I came across them, and let me explain a couple of reasons why. They took a different look at the universe and the world and with mankind and with human nature of all of us, honestly. And it really opened my eyes to really kind of wondering, what philosophies do we have out there that would be able to make a difference in the world? What philosophies do we have for women that would help them be empowered and help them come back to themselves after the conditioning, after the trauma, after the heartbreaks, after the losses of many traumatic events in our lives? And I'm sorry, my hair and Belle, and but we're just gonna keep rolling with it. Her and I have our own little adventures from time to time, so don't mind her. But it became such a focal point whenever it came to my brand and what I was building, and ultimately wondering where it could lead to. And my main focus on it is that it is a modern philosophy for women today, after being in such a time that is dark and heavy and fearful and depression and anxiety and social conditioning and many other layers of us, of who we are. And I believe every woman deserves to come back to the root of themselves, at their core selves, before all of the toxicity and the negative energies and things like that. And I believed that there needed to be a change and a different type of way to approach these situations and really take a step back and understand what it is that needed to be different. And I'm sorry, my microphone is also just kind of giving me a rough time here, so technical difficulties for a moment, please. Okay, hold please. Okay, we're back. So thank you so much. But ultimately, this is not a wellness brand. It is a philosophy for women to come back to their inner self, to have inner confidence, and to be empowered after working through the challenges and the difficulties and the inner healing that they've done for themselves after everything that women have been through. And I believe whenever it comes to our current society, everything is kind of swept under the rug. It's not taken seriously, especially whenever it comes to our feminine intuition, when it comes to the choices that we make, when it comes to our feelings. And our feelings are not a weakness. I had grown up a lot of my time in life where I felt as though I was an overly sensitive person. And I mean, at times I can be, but also it's just how I feel about certain things and certain situations and things like that. And I just really had to kind of take a step back when it came to, am I really the problem, or is there a bigger root to these problems? Once again. So that is ultimately what Bellara philosophy is all about. It's creating intentional choices with your day and with your life. You want to become a better person. You want to become a better wife. You want to become a better mother for your children and become a better example. And I believe whenever more women integrate these practices, whenever it comes to self-care, self-reflection, journaling, breath work, meditation, being open to spiritual guidance and our universe and what it really has to offer us every moment of the day, it's very important and a very crucial lesson and philosophy that I believe needs to be taught when it comes to our younger generation as well. They need to learn how to have self love for themselves as they are, and also be guided when it comes to making decisions. Do they want to follow their dreams, or do they want to go to school, or do they want to go to work? I myself only had about 2 courses of college, and both times at the end of it, I did not feel that it was for me. I worked a lot of the time also because that came from a survival instinct throughout my whole life. I graduated high school early and I immediately started working at a factory. That was my first job with my mother at the time. And since then, it was just work, 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 work. And over those, let's see, over 10 years of just constantly working, I became very burnt out. I really lost sight of who I was and my fiery personality and my independence. Over time, I'd also lost my voice after working in a corporate job for 4 years, and some time after that. I came to realize that it was not who I was meant to be and what I was meant to do. I was meant to help people, but on a bigger scale and in a different type of way, to be quite honest, and a non-conventional stance whenever it came to social media and things like that. And it has become such an important thing for me because every day I am also embodying these practices and these philosophies when it comes to my own brand. Embodying the leader that I want to become, embodying the inspiration and the motivation for women, learning every day how to be a better speaker on behalf of myself and behalf of Belle, and really showing up for the women who need to have someone to look up to and have an inspiration and a motivator for them every day. When I began my own journey, I didn't quite have anyone I could really latch onto when it came to women philosophy and women philosophers, in my own opinion, and that is just me. There are plenty of women out there who are strong and independent and are teaching wonderful things, but I am led better by men. And whenever I began my self-care journey, I came across a wonderful man. His name is Jim Rohn. He was well known in the 80s for being an entrepreneur, a author, and also a motivational speaker. And that really stuck with me, and I loved his teachings. And so a lot of what he teaches or what he taught really carried with me. And he had a book that I decided to get for myself when I really started this brand to move forward on. And it is called The Power of Ambition. And it really spoke with me about the actions that you regularly take for yourself can lead to success. How are you showing up every day? What questions are you asking yourself? Is this aligning with who I want to become? Is this decision that I'm making aligned with me? A lot of logical questions that I believe are really important when it comes to choosing yourself and pushing through obstacles and challenges, especially whenever it comes to your dreams and the life that you are choosing to make for yourself. It's all very important and all very wonderful lessons that I believe a lot of people could really integrate into their daily lives to bring them more to a calming place within their heart and their mind and their body. And I believe in such an overstimulated world that we live in, which we all know is very heavy, very negative, very toxic, and very fearful. And I believe we live in a time where beauty and peace and calm are taken for granted. And I believe that we need to take a moment out of our day, every day, to appreciate the moments that we have with our loved ones, with ourselves, and being given the opportunity to make our lives better with the choices that we make every day. And I think it's a beautiful opportunity that we have once again. It's a beautiful opportunity for us to have, to be able to be given the option to change our lives, to become better people, and to become better women for those around us. And I think it's such a wonderful opportunity that we are all given, and an opportunity that we all are capable of making and moving towards. And I believe everyone deserves that. Everyone deserves that peace within themselves. Everyone deserves to have that freedom to be themselves and show up in a beautiful way and shine the way that God wants you to shine. And it's so wonderful. It's just such a gift and such a opportunity for us to move forward and heal and grow from challenges and obstacles and lessons. And I think it's all very vital and very important. Another wonderful outcome that Bellara philosophy can bring out in women is finding their purpose and helping them gain clarity when it comes to what their real purpose is here on earth, and really what brings them into alignment, what brings them into inner peace, what really aligns with who they are and who they want to become. Practices that I regularly do when it helps, or whenever I want to kind of keep myself in check, is doing monthly check-ins with myself, also doing mid-month check-ins, and really continuously learning about myself and the direction that I'm heading and who I'm becoming and what I want to learn. And I love knowledge. I've mentioned that in my previous episode here. I love learning about myself. I love continuing to evolve, and kind of like a Pokemon in a way. You just continue whenever you gain more skills and more knowledge and more success in the way that you are showing up for yourself and for your life, you evolve. And it's really funny because I I really love anime. I really come back to a lot of the lessons that anime teaches, and especially whenever I was younger, I really looked up to Sailor Moon. I love Sailor Moon. I loved Pokemon and Digimon, and all of them have actually a lot of important lessons that I believe are still needed for today's society. And it's quite a moment whenever you look back at your favorite heroes and their anime characters, and it's kind of the same thing that you're going through. So Sailor Moon, for example, whenever she was told that she was a superhero, she was a younger girl, and she's like, what do you mean I'm supposed to be doing this? I just want to be a girl, you know? But over time, she began to embody her superhero strength and that power within herself. And throughout the series, she continuously evolves and continuously grows into the queen and the power of the person that she's meant to be. And that always really stuck with me when it came to reincarnation, when it came to evolving, when it came to strengthening over time who you are meant to be. And I believe all of us are capable of harnessing that power within ourselves. We all are at a different point. We are all at a different point in all of our journeys, and some people are quicker to learn than others, and that is totally fine. Everyone learns at their own pace, and it's such a different way of thinking when it comes to what your journey looks like. You create your journey and you create your process in your own time. You cannot compare other people's journeys or other people's self-care routines and values, and because we're all so different. You do what is best for you. You take the steps towards who you want to become. Something that really helps me is I write a lot. I have several notebooks. I kind of have I do have a notebook that I refer to as the Waterboy notebook. It is the holy grail of everything that I have taught myself from day one when I began to choose myself, which is after losing the water bottle that my mother had. And for those who don't know my backstory, I had lost a water bottle that my mom had at the corporate job that I was at, and it really brought me into recognition that I was choosing other people before myself and before my own mother. And it was really a lightning bolt change whenever it came to my now journey that I am still continuously on, but ultimately where everything really kind of started. She's a little model herself, so we're just having some fun today. And so it's what works best for you and what makes you feel calm and what brings you peace every day. Do you want to For another example, I created note cards and with all my favorite philosophers on it. I have their quotes, and every morning I pick one up and I read it out loud and I try to memorize it because I want to continuously evolve and continue my education in my own way and in my own time and in my own forms. And I believe that's so crucial as well. It's doing what you do that makes you become who you are meant to be and learn the way that is best for you. And say, for example, you want to begin to learn another subject. Take time out of your day, at least for a minute, to begin that routine and begin that ritual, because over time it'll just be like clockwork. It'll be so automated. You won't be overwhelmed by wanting to learn a new subject or a new language. Take your time. It's a process. It's a process, especially whenever you're older, you have a hard time learning new things quickly. But if you start now, even just today after you watch this video, start, this evening. Okay, every night I'm going to start journaling one sentence. And then over time, it's a regular thing. And then you begin to kind of cross that line. Well, what can I continuously do? A, B, and C, and those types of things. You do what's comfortable with your own mind and with your own body and with your own self. And that is something that you really learn over time as well. And you become more articulate when it comes to your decisions. And also whenever you integrate your inner healing and the psychology of all of it, you will be able to handle things quickly and a lot more calmly. And you also you won't have the barriers of your inner trauma and your inner turmoil over time. And that is something that was a difficult time to go through. It was a lot of self-recognition and a lot of self-accountability and self-mastery within myself and with my emotions that I needed to handle and I needed to overcome to become the better person that I wanted to be for myself and for my husband and for my family. As in family, I mean my husband and my cat. But ultimately, what it's going to bring to you is inner peace and inner autonomy and coming back to you and who you were meant to be before all of the anguish and the heaviness and the trauma and everything that I've already mentioned before, but is so important and so vital for your life. Life is so short, and being in such an overstimulated world where everything is so fast-paced and so scary, and everyone deserves to have energy within themselves that brings them calm and peace and grounding and something more in depth than surface level self-care, ultimately. And initially, whenever I had wanted to do self-care, that was more where I thought I was meant to go to, which was like the beauty side of things and the skincare things that I use, products that I use, and that direction. But I kept being guided to something bigger, something that needed to help change the world in the way that needs help, and being there for women who need the help and the support. And when I had began this journey again, I felt alone a lot of the times, especially after losing my mom, who was my confidant with a lot of my life and a lot of decisions that I made. And it was very eye-opening that I had to make these decisions with following more my inner gut and my inner knowledge and teach myself many things along this path and along this journey. But it has been so rewarding and so giving, and I'm truly so blessed to be able to have an opportunity to do what I love every day. And it's all because I began to choose myself. I began to show up in the way that I felt that I needed to. I began learning in the way that I needed to. I learned the lessons in the timely manner that I was meant to. And I am always evolving and always growing. And I also want women to believe in themselves a lot more. And that's what philosophy also is all about, is believing yourself enough to show up in the way that you need to and have intentions for your day, have intentions in your movement, have intentions on your lessons. And don't see them as hard, like in a negative way. Not everything bad is negative, to be honest. It's You recognizing, okay, this is what I need to overcome. I need to acknowledge it and then move forward. Everything is so emotionally charged whenever it comes to, honestly, so many things, and we all are aware of that and all know that. And we have a lot of emotional reactions to things, and that can cause destruction. It can cause to misunderstanding. It can many, many negative things. And I believe we can move forward. I believe we can come together in unity and decide to have calm conversations and discussions with people who have different opinions on things, and be more calm when it comes to our decisions and our community and our society. And it has just become a really important factor for me when it comes to this brand and showing up and helping in the way that I am called to help. So closing this up with just a couple of focal points. The decisions you make are philosophical acts because you are choosing every day to show up and become the person that you want to be. You are making intentions on the choices that you are making, and down the line, over time, what that's going to do is lead you to someone stronger and someone who will be able to have inner peace without the conflict, without the emotional reactions to challenges and lessons that are meant to teach you. A good life is not defined by appearance, but alignment. You are aligning to become the person that you want to become and with who your true self is meant to be. And I will also close with a quote by Voltaire. And I apologize, it's on a note card I have to keep over in the corner, but don't laugh. But the one I pulled today just seemed really vital for someone who needs to hear this message, so I shall read it for you. And it is, the most important decision you make is to be in a good mood. And that is who I'm deciding to embody today. I am embodying being in a good mood and creating intentional decisions that keep me in a good mood. I might go get myself some Starbucks or get myself a lunch and be grateful for my moment that I am in. And although there are challenges in the background, I'm still going to try and be in a good mood, because there are things that are out of my control that I need to move through. And that is another lesson that you'll be able to learn on your journey. And again, everyone learns different lessons on their own journey, and that is completely fine. Never compare yourself to other people. It's not worth your energy, and focus on yourself. Focus on what is best for you. Focus on what is best for your family. Focus on what is best for your future and for your time. Life is so short, and especially if you've lost someone who you really love and or a pet, it really comes a lot of it really brings a lot to light whenever you lose someone who is so important to you and so vital for you, and it makes you look at life a lot differently. So please enjoy every moment that you have with your loved ones and with your pets and with your children, because you never know when they will be gone. And I just believe everyone deserves to have a peaceful life and peaceful moments, and instead of everything being so fast-paced and always looking ahead and needing to get this, slow down. Slow down for you. Slow down for your kids. Have a moment of peace in your car, just sipping your coffee or having a prayer. We all deserve peace within ourselves. And I don't know along the way where that got swept under the rug, but have peace within yourself, because you deserve it. You deserve that calm. You deserve that love. You deserve to feel wrapped in a blanket just full of protection and full of love and peace. Everyone deserves it. And again, I don't know where that got swept under the rug, but everyone deserves it. So I will close that with this episode today, and I really appreciate if you stuck around. And if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe so you can continuously see Belle and I's Adventures, again, that we like to have. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to YouTube and Instagram at Bellara Philosophy. We again truly appreciate all of you. You are all very important. We see you, we love you, we recognize you, and we support you. And if you are in a moment in life where you feel as though you're not being heard or no one is recognizing you for the challenges that you are pushing through for your better self, you are recognized. You are loved. And you are heard. And I wish all of you a beautiful and wonderful and blessed day. Thank you.